Hello, hello, and welcome to Tea Time. Today we have almost the entire group with us. Say hi, group.
Hi,
Hi,
group.
Hello.
group.
Now, did everyone bring tea today?
I
Am I
have
the
a
I
only
tea
one
brought
that
colored
brought tea?
beverage.
Water.
grown-up tea.
Grown up tea.
Adult tea.
I
Yes.
feel so accomplished. I showed up to tea time and I was the only one with tea.
It's wine time for the rest of us.
Yeah,
we have
I
other tea that we brought.
I brought an entire pot though, so I can drink all of your tea for you.
Perfect.
Do not fear. But speaking of tea, we did promise with this tea time that we were going to be spilling some tea about a pretty major announcement happening for the Knights of D20. And for that announcement, I think it's going to be best coming straight from the source itself. So we're going to send it right over to Royal for a bit.
What's up, all? Yeah. I have some. Edos is going. He's abroad. That's where he is at. No, but currently right now, I've been in the process of joining the military, specifically the Navy's branch. And as of next week, 1 week exactly from today, I will be shipping out. So you won't see me for a good long time. So this will be either a sojourn or away for a while, and we'll see how things pan out and where I get placed and stationed and stuff like that. Yeah, but that's about it. Is next week will be my last episode on the show, at least for a while. And it's been a great fun time hanging out with all these kids, all these youngins here. But yeah, I gotta you'll be starting a new career in the Navy, which, if anybody knows that, is going to be a lot of work, and I won't be around as much. So that's the major announcement.
And now we're going to spend 2 hours peppering him with trivia questions about the U.S. Navy's history.
Exactly. Perfect.
We did not prepare him for this pop quiz.
The absolute stone cold face you had during that delivery sent me just a little bit. Because
Thank you.
I kind of believe you that you have an entire page of 2 hours
Just
worth of trivia sitting in front of you.
just Navy stuff. I know some of
Just
it.
the U.S. Navy. I'm going to ask you to name every ship in the fleet.
Okay, that I can't do.
That's question 1.
It's like the
Not
freaking
just the models, but their names.
their names.
Yes, yeah, the actual ship
What
name.
boat are they, and what kind of boat they are? Is it an aircraft carrier?
How many
Yeah.
members are in the crew? How many
What
can
base
it
they're
hold
stationed out of.
maximum?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
No problem.
Everything.
What is Wednesday night's dinner side dish? I need to know that for each ship. This is gonna be the hardest thing we've ever done in this group.
Immortal Ambition says, kind of hilarious that the guy who plays Zata, who hates boat/ships, is going to be exclusively on boat/ships.
Yeah,
I
that
agree.
is the fun part. Yeah, I'm going in as a medic, so we'll see. I could be on a boat, but most likely I'll be like in a hospital or something like that. So
Well, I'll be the first to
Healers.
say, not the first to say, because we've all been talking about it for a while now, but I'll be the first to say on stream that we're gonna friggin' miss you, buddy. You've been fun
Yeah,
to play with. It's been incredible.
I'll miss
And
all
it's
y'all.
gonna be a good adventure for you.
Yeah. Hopefully, when things settle down, I'll pop back in, or just watch from the sidelines and cheer you on, throw bits at your faces.
Once a night, always a night.
There you go.
Absolutely. So yeah, that is our big news coming up. Is that next episode will be our last one with Zata. And speaking of that, we are heading into the heart of the Lion's Den next episode, where Zata will be partaking in a trial to the death.
To the death. Possibly.
Possibly.
Oh, Robbie, you're muted.
What's everyone's thoughts about that? Who's excited to see Zata do what I feel like Zata has kind of been wanting to do this entire campaign, which is just beat the shit out of someone.
I mean, I feel like he has done that quite a few times, but I'm just hoping in this trial to the death it does not result in Zata's immediate death. like quite a few of our battles have almost done.
As
Yeah,
as the healer, I can attest that yes, they have. It has been an absolute workload to keep Zata in the game.
As
Versus-
the DM, I haven't been actively trying to kill Zata, but one would think I had been.
Been knocked
I
out.
feel like there needs to be like an
quite a few
official disclaimer. Has
Yeah.
not been trying to kill Zata.
We need like a
That's
knockout.
kind of happened.
We need a knockout counter for Zata.
We do.
Oh man, I think it's like 6 so far.
Yeah, he's definitely got traumatic brain injury by now, for sure. We're starting
Yeah.
to see some real frontal lobe damage.
Yeah. I've been
Also, I
KO'd
feel
a
like
few
our
times.
fight that got us to hell got us at least 3 of those 6 in one go.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think that as a healer, that was the hardest I've ever worked in D&D.
Yeah.
That specific fight.
Yeah, I'm curious to see, because Zata brings the level of like chaos and just being able to be knocked out in the first place. I'm excited to see like which player steps up to be the second most chaotic. Who can possibly? I think
totally
it's Seraphina.
Yeah, that was,
It's
yeah,
definitely
100%.
Seraphina. 100%.
What are you talking about? You're wondering. She's already so chaotic. Oh, look at that scary thing. Let's be best friends with it.
Are we in a fight?
God.
I guess, but that's not important right now. I gotta see who that
I'm gonna
line
do
is.
what I wanna do. I want to go get the tea.
Yeah.
Oh, there's people trying
Seraphina-
to arrest us. Let's flirt with them.
Seraphina in Darkdown was, I think, the most stressful thing I've done during this campaign so far.
It was
Because
so
as Morrowind,
surprising and
I had to
wonderful.
vote to keep her alive. But as Bobby, I was literally in our like player chat, like, guys, when I get on this stream, I'm going to advocate hard for her. Please shut me down. Please say anything because Bobby the player does not like this. And then they didn't.
Got outvoted.
I was really, really banking on Zata killing Darkdown when he had that slumber party with her in the sewer. And then it didn't happen, and I was a little disappointed.
It was real close. He was just waiting for her to do something, but she didn't do anything, so he
I mean,
just let her be.
I also feel like Seraphina probably would have, like, I don't know, the wrath of a woman scorned. I think she would have been super angry.
She knew Darkdown for all of 3 hours at that point.
But
they were
she
like,
loved her.
and they were braiding each other's hair by the time
Oh,
they
yeah.
all met each other.
Wait, did Darkdown have hair? I thought she was just a
I
giant
imagine she
eyeball.
had like wispy golem-like hair.
Long hair, yeah.
Like really long, but like
Yeah.
just free.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Three greasy strands together.
The braiding did not take a long time to do. It took like 2 seconds.
One of the strands is growing like out of an ear.
Oh,
Oh, it's been too long since I've given you guys some gross, nasty stuff to deal with. That's coming up. Don't you worry.
No, it hasn't. It's been such an adequate amount of time. We haven't been given big meaty tails or any of that nonsense.
I mean, Zod just got eaten by a giant purple worm, so, you know,
He was.
True.
Uh-huh.
He was. That's true.
there's some grossness
I
there.
just, my brain was really fixated on like the circular rows of teeth with that. I
Just
guess I
grind
don't
it down.
worms.
oof.
Yeah, I don't know. One of you is gonna have to start running into the fight head first because I don't know who I'm gonna be knocking out now all the time.
It's gonna be either Blue or Dane.
Yeah, probably.
I mean,
Probably
we
one
got
of
2
us.
things. I have summons, so proxy tank.
True. Fodder,
Do what we
cannon fodder.
Hey, don't talk about Siege like that. He's a heckin' good boy.
We're gonna have to
I'm
get
gonna kill that dog.
We're gonna have to get
Kill
Glitterbell
that
more
dog.
involved.
There you go.
Glitterbell's got to get in there.
Mhm.
No,
Listen,
we
Glitterbell-
protect
Wait.
Glitterbell.
Glitterbell's like the size of a bear. Okay.
Glitterbell's getting big. Yeah, Glitterbell's getting pretty big.
She's just a tiny little dragon.
Oh my god.
Seraphina is that person.
He's so
Seraphina's that
dainty.
person that owns a Great Dane and lets them sit in their lap like it's a Yorkie.
Yeah. It's just a baby.
I don't
So
know.
go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, we're gonna have to like put all of our like Zata is a cat jokes into a different bucket now. So I don't know who's gonna get bullied
Man,
next
I love
either.
Zata is a cat joke.
Zata is a
No.
cat was such a great bit.
Mm.
Because it was so relevant so
Royal said,
often.
Cat joke.
I feel like my only other like bit that we kind of do that we'll have to replace, so I'm gonna have to up it, is the mispronouncing of Casimir's name.
Yeah, Cashmere. We love
Castle
Cashmere.
is going
Castle
to
Deer?
have to
Yeah.
Cashmere?
Castle beer.
Pass me a beer.
No one is allowed to say his name at all. You will refer to him as Mr. Horse, and that's it.
Mr. Deer.
Mr. Deer.
Missed, of course. Yeah.
He's finishing school. Soon he's gonna be Dr. Horse. Unfortunately, his doctorate is in running fast. So
I mean, he is
real
really good
doctor's
at
gonna
it.
be home.
I want
Wow.
some more Serafina writing on Casimir freaking out. 10 out
I-
of 10.
To take a turn on on Mr. Horse, and that never happened. Eidos took the entire turn.
Yep, he did.
Well, let
I'm
it out.
holding on to
Eidos
that
isn't here,
grudge.
so we can really talk some shit.
There you go.
True.
That's true. We did say that was a perk of him not being here today, is that
We
we
did.
finally talk shit on him.
Just rip him a new one.
Yeah, when he said he wasn't going to be able to make it, I told him that we were going to let Royal come up with some beef that they have and just try to convince all the fans that they were fighting, and that's why
And that's
Eidos
why.
didn't come to say goodbye for the farewell tea time.
That's why Royal is leaving. It's all because of John Paul.
Specifically.
John Paul, man. Him
Can't
and
work with
his
him.
sweater vests and nice looking sweaters. God. Worst.
Oh god. Okay, I want to know as the DM, Royal, what do you hope for Zata's story?
What do I hope for Zata's story? Big number one is probably, not the end of his story, because that'd be kind of sad. Just dies.
I'm gonna do my best not to kill him.
Just falls over and dies. Yeah, that's probably number one. Other than that, I think what Zata's going through is a big life change right now, and he's trying to figure out the best way of doing it without having his friends panic over him. So that's kind of why he's been acting so kind of nonchalant and stuff like that. Trying to give him a little information, but not like get real deep into like the problems he's going through. He's definitely a person that likes to shoulder all the responsibilities. His responsibilities are his own. He doesn't want other people to be burdened with them. So hopefully he can resolve those issues and get a little bit of a chat with his friends before he has to go wherever he has to go.
I like that. What an answer.
So
I'm glad that as a DM, I'm glad it's open for interpretation.
So I know that we have been informed that in this that we will possibly be able to help you out a little bit as long as we're not caught doing so through magical means, not through actually jumping in and fighting. Does anyone have any plans for this?
Yes, and Kara will not like it.
Oh,
Do we
dude,
need to
man.
keep it secret until next episode?
Well, I don't want to spoil it for Kara.
I'll take out my headphone and sit here and just listen to some K-pop. Go ahead. Phone's out.
I don't believe her. She has it in right now. Wait, she's not responding. Okay, and then this is
I
gonna
think she's just a
happen,
really good
and then it's
actress.
gonna be like bam, bam, and then she won't know what's gonna hit her.
Start waving when I can come back.
Okay, yeah. So, Zata, you're gonna get a couple of buffs prior to going into the ring, basically.
Okay.
Couple of Killian classics for you, and a new one that I haven't been able to use on stream just yet. That we got at level 8.
Oh, I can't wait.
I also like the phrase Killian classics.
Killian
That's
classics.
it.
Yeah.
Some good
The
old
KC.
Killian
Yeah,
classics.
well.
There's a warding bond in your future, good sir.
Oh, nice.
Mm.
If I can get JP to cast haste on me, though, oof.
Ooh, that'd be good.
Ah,
So like,
Ooh, that's
and
fun.
any of the damage you take will also go to me as well.
Guys,
So.
I take a lot of damage, so you're gonna take a
Exactly.
lot of it.
You get like you get resistance on everything, and half that damage goes to me.
I have to be
gosh.
honest. I don't know if Morway is gonna give a buff. I feel like right now, where we are in the story, I don't know what Zata's like, what's going on in his mind, right? So I'm not really thinking about like outside of the game. I'm just thinking about Morway. And from his point of view, our big cat has just turned right back to Ere, this, like evil, almost like enslave her people kind of goddess, and he's just turned right back to him. And I think Morway's a little heartbroken by that and a little disappointed. It could be all an act, and I don't really want you to tell me if it is, because that's just how Morway feels. He feels a little disappointed in Zata. So I don't know if he's going to take part in this trial.
Can I wave Kara back in? I feel bad.
Yeah, I can
now.
wave her
She
back
just-
So
So anyway, we
on
were
the
talking a
other
bunch of
hand-
shit. No.
So that's how we're gonna
Man.
everybody ever made.
All I
I
can
don't
see is
know.
from the chat that Killian is gonna die. What are you monsters doing?
Oh, we forgot.
Playful secrets.
Bambi's
Well, I'm looking forward to
Well,
it.
Bambi is
tell.
putting out distractions in the chat. That's what she's doing.
There you go.
Yes.
That's it.
Yeah,
Has
yeah,
nothing to
sure,
do with
yeah.
anything.
yeah.
Red herrings.
Yeah.
So
Well, I love it when
You
my
know-
players are smarter than I am. So get it.
Bula doesn't have a lot of magic. She has some magic, so she's probably gonna like squeeze her boobs at you, or like I don't know, maybe
Ooh.
even try to like rub them. Nothing's gonna happen, obviously, because that's not how
Obviously,
it works.
works. Yeah.
She doesn't know that yet.
Be a giant orc lady in the crowd.
No, like, what are you doing? Helping my friend. It's like, what is that?
President OnlyFans.
It could prove to be a
you go.
distraction.
There you go.
I'll give him advantage for that.
There
Yeah, I'm excited for this fight, though. I'm excited to see how it goes. I'm excited to see how Zata compares to a chief. Because he straight up said he was calling out the head honcho. He's going for the top of the totem pole.
Yep.
Is it ballsy, or is it dumb, or is it just Zata?
all the above.
Isn't that what Zah means?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
It is an oxymoron.
They
Zata
are the
goes hard,
same.
man. Yeah, he'll go hard. He goes hard, man. Whatever he's gonna do, he's gonna go full tilt, no stops.
Yeah, I thought it would be appropriate that our last episode is at least half just Zata getting to kick ass in a fun ass fight. So it's going to be phased combat. It's going to be very intense. It's going to be more than a 1v1. It's going to be a lot of things. So I'm challenging myself to make it a good one for
Ooh.
potentially Zata's last. Hopefully not Zata's last, but potentially his last big brawl before you separate from the gang. So I think it's going to be a good one. And I'm hoping I can make it entertaining for all the other players, which has a lot to do with you guys getting to like be a part of it. But I'll throw in some curveballs for the audience participation to happen. Yeah. So I'm excited for it. I'm excited to see what you do with it. I thought about just letting you level up beforehand, like just Zata leveling up.
That would give me some good bonuses. I'm not gonna lie.
Still an argument that can be made. So it's not out of consideration yet.
Gives me a new feat or my or my stat up. So
So maybe I should tell you now to make a copy of Zata and level it up. Keep your current one in case I don't allow it, but
I'll just look
could
at
be cool.
the thing.
Yeah,
I'd
see
probably
what kind of boons you get. We can message about it.
yeah. Because that would be
That's-
either get me to 20 decks or find a cool new feat to poke
Ooh.
around with.
Me
Yeah, I gave
Yeah,
you
20 decks.
I gave Zata like 24 hours essentially to like prepare, so we can work it in story wise. I think it'd be cool for you to get to use some new stuff before you have to go on hiatus.
I'm
You guys
so
get to
jealous
see
of
my
everyone about to level up to 8 and get their new shiny feats, and I cross class, so I have to wait.
No,
2 more
I cross
levels.
class. They're gonna get to. They're getting to 9. Where I'm finally
Yeah.
getting to 8.
Oh, I did
Yep.
2 levels.
Yeah, so
I'm-
you're
Yeah.
yeah. I have a 1-1-7 split. So
It's like,
cries.
I have a real cute one I want to get.
Oh,
I don't know how many of you watched Dropout, but this last couple weeks did essentially like Shark Tank where they had to make the most viral video, and one of their viral videos that obviously won because it went crazy was Brennan Lee Mulligan doing like an announcement that he was leaving Dropout
Oh
for
yeah.
good
Mhm.
to make American Girl doll shoes. So I almost
my
said, Royal, you
God.
need to make
that
a
was
video
amazing.
announcement
so hard.
that you are making American Girl doll shoes.
No,
Oh,
no.
okay.
I almost said
Brennan
that's what we
Mulligan's
would say.
making the shoes. He needs to make hats.
There you go. I can make the
Yes.
accessories. There we go.
That's
There you
right.
go.
That's-
So that
That's
they
all
can
you
work
Another one.
together.
Was
Yeah.
the D20 on a bus the same like competition?
Yes, it was the same episode.
That
Yeah, that's so funny.
absolutely destroyed me.
These are all D6s. What are we rolling for? I'm a piece of wind.
I love like, okay, we're gonna roll initiative. You go first, and it's like, what?
Why do you need initiative? The whole thing is chaos.
Matt
I may have
Mercer
just watched
trying
that today.
so hard to make it like a real thing.
She said your objective is to ride the bus from West Hollywood to LAX, and Matt Mercer said, "Oh, so this is a long season, huh?" And Royal, that's an LA joke for you.
Yeah, I know. It's not wrong.
Your time
And then
zone
they
may be
destroyed the
fake,
bus in the
but
first
LA
10
is real.
minutes.
LA is a real place. It's true. The time zone is all fake.
Time zone's
I'm
fake.
gonna miss making fun of you and your made up time.
I know.
Truly.
I'll be going to Central
mean-
Central Standard Time.
Ooh.
Fake time.
That's the
That's-
correct time. Thank you very much.
That's
Eastern
no,
is best.
still fake. Eastern
Central because
would be
we're in the middle.
Eastern.
We're the best.
So a bit of behind the scenes for people. Every time we talk about time at all, we're always like, man, it is so late. And Royal's just like, what are you talking about? It's only 6 p.m. There's
Yeah.
still light outside. And we're all just
Yeah.
like, shut up, Royal.
the guys at midnight and I have to work tomorrow and he like opens his window like, look at the sunshine.
Look at that sun shining,
He's like,
man.
I'm gonna go make dinner. We're all going to bed.
We've lovingly dubbed his time zone the fantasy realm because it's all make believe and it doesn't make sense.
Yeah. One of us will ask, what time is that actually? And Royal will say some made up time. And we're all like, shut up, Royal. It's not true.
Not you. Anyone
That's
else?
not true. Lovingly, that time zone is fake.
It's a good time zone. It's all like early.
No, you're living in the past, man.
Gosh, I mean Royal's gonna leave and like what are we even gonna do? We make fun of Zata being a cat and
Oh.
Royal and his fake time
I
zone.
know.
And the peer pressure to make him change his clothes constantly.
Every time.
We also peer pressure Royal almost every time he gets on camera to match one of us. It doesn't matter. There's no theme. Me and so when we got in the call today, me and Robin were the first two, and I was like, "Oh look, we're both wearing blue." And then Royal joined in, not wearing blue, and we were like, "No, Royal, you're supposed to be our royal blue. Go fix it." And then he
Okay,
did.
no.
He immediately was like, okay.
And then everyone showed up without blue.
And it's not that he ever looks bad when he comes on. It's just that it's not
just
wearing
want
what
me to-
we want him to wear.
They just want
We
him
like
to
to match.
color coordinate. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, and he does that every time.
every time.
It's all for you.
Right.
Yeah, so I
now
want
you're
to
gonna
talk a
match
little
all
bit.
your friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I want to talk about family dynamics a little bit because I feel like we've seen so many different family dynamics so far. And then we just got to see Zata with his mom and his dad. And those are two vastly different relationships.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't imagine that the marriage is a super happy one, if I'm being honest.
No, my mom and dad love each other very, very much.
These are some of the
They
most
do.
vastly different people I've ever seen in my
Yeah.
life.
He is
Opposites
absolutely
attract.
in charge inside and outside the bedroom.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Dad, big, strong, tough. Mom, big, smart, pretty.
Yeah.
That's all you need. No,
Yeah,
I
and
hope I
love
played them
Zata's
well enough.
interaction with them.
Yeah, they had very different reactions to Zata coming home. Mom is just a little bit more forward thinking than Dad, maybe. I don't know. Royal, what did you think? Did I play them
Yeah.
wrong? Did I play them right?
No, I think it's a good. That's pretty much how the thing. Dad is just like he really loves his son, and he really likes to see him do his best. And I think the dad understands. I think a little bit more of like what Zata's going through, and is more accepting of just letting him do his thing to get to where he needs to be. Kind of like he's a guiding hand, but he's a very loose guiding hand. Just kind of like
Yeah.
I'm there to help you on the path so you don't stray too far. Where mom is basically like, I have this really good plan for you. You really need to stick to this plan. And if you stray off this plot or this plan that I have of this path I have in front of you, it's going to mess everything up. And I think that's kind of the thing is just like one is they all both come from a very caring perspective. It's just the mom is very much more like aware of things that can go wrong, where the dad is just like everything will work itself out, and that's how Zada's like, yeah, everything will work itself out, it'll be fine in the end. Or the mom is a little bit more realistic on seeing things that, you know, everything that can go wrong, and is just trying to protect her son as best she can. And I don't think she's necessarily, she may seem right now that she seems very angry and very upset, but I think it's more out of love than anything else. I don't think she's like really upset with Zata so much. She's just, I think, more hurt that her son left without talking about it and didn't really get the chance to explain. And I think she kind of knows that it's partially her fault because Zata just was like, you're not going to accept what I say, so I'm just going to go do it. So that's kind of the thing. And I think that's also why the dad understood. He's like, he understood why he had like Zata left. He may not know the exact reason why, but he knew that there was some tension probably building and just let his son do his thing. Because I'm sure the mom could have probably found Zata if she wanted to when he first left. Like she could have probably hunted him down with the tribe, but I'm assuming probably the dad probably talked her out of it. Just be like, no, let him do his thing. He's a growing boy. Let him go. Kind of a thing.
Yeah, with the parents I've gotten to play so far, which really is just so far Seraphina's and Royals. We know some things about everybody else's parents, but those are the only ones that I've gotten to really show any kind of dynamic with. And both times I thought like, okay, what are the two sides of the coin? What's that, Rob?
You played a little bit of Bula's.
I did play a little bit of your. You're right. You're
You
right.
did
So I'm
play a
always
little bit
thinking
of
like, what are the two sides of the coin of this character? And that's how I come up with like, mom and dad. What was this dynamic that raised them? Why are they this way? And it was with Zata. You nailed it. You hit the nail on the head. Like dad is his optimism and his like workout, his ability to like stray from the path, even though you're still going to the same. All those things are Zata, right? Like he's always willing to just like step in his own footpath and make a decision based on knowing what the outcome can be and that there's different ways to get to it than what everybody else might think. While his mom is showing a lot of like why Zata is such a staunch like Ere follower and how he got here and what he's looking for outside of his community. I had to show that it wasn't sunshine and rainbows, even though he has this optimistic outlook on life based on who his dad is and who other members of his family are. His mom is also a very like grounding factor and community minded and a protector, and she had to be upset that she wasn't able to son while he was outside of her community like grasp. And it all. I hope that translates a little bit. Like these are the two sides of Zata, and they're a little bit at odds, like Bobby said. Like they're very opposite. Those things aren't mutually exclusive, though. And I love them both. I'm excited to see more of them next episode. And for his mom to be less mad and more.
It's only if he wins, though. Then she won't be mad.
Yeah.
If I have to do another Pyre episode, I swear, guys.
It's gonna be
Oh my
it's gonna be a bit before we have another funeral. I swear it. I don't swear it. The dice tell the story.
The dice tell a story.
She said, I don't. She said, I swear it.
I don't swear it. I can't promise that. I didn't
Can't
plan
promise
for
anything.
Xerath to die, but he did.
Nope, but he did. He did. He just went
It happens.
like the way of the dodo. It just happens.
Yeah, I like playing
So
parents. You all have very interesting parent dynamics that you came to me with, so it's been fun. What's that, Bobby?
I was gonna say, before we start wrapping up, I wondered if everyone could maybe talk about their favorite Zata moment. Whether it's involved your character or not. And I would say if you can't pick just one, maybe pick two, if you can.
I'll start. I've Zata and Killian have basically become kind of like battle brothers, basically, kind of building up their relationship through combat and things like that. So I feel like him and Zata probably have a fairly close relationship with one another, even though their deities are different and things like that. But like some of the conversations that Zata and Killian have had with respects to like learning more about each other's customs and things like that and their religious practices. I felt like that was really cool, like role play moments that Killian and Zata had together. So that was one of my like kind of favorite moments. And then Zata going for a swim with the Kraken, that was also pretty cool.
That was a good one.
I thought for sure Zata was going to die in the second episode. 100%. I was like, well, here goes our first kill.
I have to think
I
on it
can
for a
go
minute.
next.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
go.
I can go next. I think my favorite moment where with Zata and Maraway together was pretty early in the stream, and it involved a very small Temple of Ere, where I feel like it was the first time that Maraway had really like been introduced to Zata's religion, and they kind of got into a tiff about it. And I enjoyed that. At least for my character, it was the first time that I'd ever really been at odds with another character, and kind of not just been meshing really, really well. And I thought it was really great storytelling, and I thought it was really great character development for both of our characters. And Zata made some pretty good points during that one. And my second one was also the Kraken, just because it was so insane. That was purely the reason that I was like, if you need to, go for it. Even though Campfire Hold Person was also quite amazing.
Oh,
Yeah.
you have no one to blame but yourself, Bobby, because you were like, why don't you go in after it? I was like, you know what? I will.
No. Look, I was sitting here like,
Yeah,
man.
you could see the light
I
bulb.
was like, Royal was so crazy back then, and then you said that, and I had such a vivid like remembrance of me egging you on so aggressively.
Light bulb.
Like, yeah, okay.
That's true.
Yeah. So I think with Bula, like I have enjoyed watching Zata evolve over time, even if it's just her screaming like, "Get the crap off the roof! Don't go through that window! Don't!" It's the chaos. So Bula is more of a protector mother kind of type. It seems is the role that she's kind of fit into. But me as a player, like, I love chaos. It delights me so in so many ways, that it's so fun to play against. So, him just doing those things that got to give Bula a minute to get riled up. That's fun for me to play. And even like super early on, just him finding festival food booths with me in the very first episode. Then, of course, I love the kitty episode where we spent the entire
Shitty
episode
kitty.
pitching it. Shitty Kitty is still my absolute, I think it's episode like 3. So early on was like my absolute favorite episode for so many reasons. But I think that was really the first time that we started thing, because everything was cat he was doing and then saying, I am not. Like, I loved that episode so much. And just watching our interaction when we had to fight the kids and decide what we were going to do there, and him turning into like kind of a gentle hand with that as well. I have to say those are some of my favorite things. And then, like I said, watching him grow as a character over time, but still chaotic, And then, gosh, we have to all say, like, the Kraken, with him diving into that. Zata as a cat who hates water, and Bobby says, you should go ahead and after him, and he says, I think I will. And we were like, yeah.
We would.
And just didn't let go. Like, that was so hecking delightful.
I just want to say, I am such, like, I feel like a lot of the group who's played with me knows that I'm a control freak. I don't like chaos as much as some of the other members. But let me tell you, I know how to rile it up.
Yeah, you do.
I don't want to be chaotic, but my friend here sure will.
Let me just add some ideas that he can do some crazy things. Like, all right, yeah, I can run with that.
I think
Yeah.
some of my favorite moments. Oh, do you want to go, Kara?
No, you go. I'll go last.
Okay. I think some of my favorite moments, I do remember, I think it might have been our first episode with Petunia and Gogo. I had remembered that right after we killed them, Zata had taken a piece of their shell, one for Eidos and the other one for me. And I do remember, I think that was like one of the first moments where where I think Serafina had like really connected with another character, and it was just a first step in Zata taking Eidos and Serafina under his wing and kind of like training them and like helping them along. So I thought that was really sweet. That was very memorable for me. And I think that's also partly why Petunia and Gogo was so seared into my brain and being so dramatic.
You carry a piece with them all the time now.
I know. I have a piece of their corpse on my wrist.
Literally. They're poor bones.
I think the other moment that I really love was when Zareth died. I remember it was the end of the night, like after the funeral, and Zata had come in to talk about his lion love, because I can genuinely not differentiate the difference between Serafina wanting to know more about Zata's lion love and Melanie wanting to know more. It's been too blurred for me. I don't know the difference anymore. And so I was like really leaning into that. And so just, I thought it was really sweet that he knew that was something Serafina really wanted, and it was just emotionally vulnerable, and I really love that. Also, honorable mention is Killian and Zata and their naked fighting.
Literally, it's like the first 3 episodes are like the most memorable for you guys.
We really
I
started
think a great
strong.
deal of that though is 'cause we were just starting, like we were just getting to know each other, and we were little baby streamers who were like hyperventilating at the idea of it being watched by other people. I mean, at least I was.
Oh yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, I have two as well. So I don't know, I can't really explain exactly why, except that it was unexpected and maybe it was just in such a fun arc and it was just such a fun like detail to add. You guys were at, was it the opera? Like the sexy opera?
Oh yeah,
And
the
it was also like
skipping.
a brothel
Stripping
and
Yeah.
opera. Yeah.
yeah, the naked sexy opera and Zata stayed and like came out with a couple like hot little side pieces and was then like quickly like embarrassed and tried to like hide it from like I don't know what about that stuck with me. Like picturing it, the way you like described it and role played it, it was like such a tiny little detail of that story arc, but so good. And I don't know, I feel like it just revealed a bit about he's been looking for companionship and friendship. And also we got a peek at his sexuality and questions about his lion love back home and all these different little nuggets of detail that you just managed to sprinkle in that moment. I loved that, and every time we call back to it, I'm just like, I feel about that the way Serafina / Melanie feels about lion love. Like I'm like, I need to know more. I loved that detail that you added. And then my favorite, like very specific moment, and I know exactly was you guys were camping on your way from location A to B, and it was when I think it was Ados speaking to Jade, having like a bit more of a heartfelt, serious moment that is hard to roleplay at all. And just showing like Royal's ability to like break the tension and be that like straight man or break the ice a little bit. Zata goes and stalks up and tries to pounce on Ados, and it turns into like a very funny flirty between Jade, but like breaks the tension in such a wonderful way in that moment and shows some playfulness between you all as friends. Like, chef's kiss to that. Zata just like trying to pounce on him and Ados to roll ice in the middle of romantic. Such a fun way to play D&D. I loved that moment. That was fantastic. And it just shows how well Royal as a player / Zata as a character balances the party so well and plays off of the people in the group while maintaining a moment. I loved it. It was fantastic. I'm gonna miss it. We're gonna miss you, bud.
Hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
we got a raid right at the end.
Right at the end.
What's your
right?
favorite Zata moment, Royal?
There.
What is
The
my
real
favorite
question.
Zata moment? I
Yeah.
still think my favorite Zata moment is definitely when you guys were like, "We're gonna go to the treasurer's house," and Zata's like, "I want to kill this guy, right?" And they're like, "No."
Oh my god.
That's a demon. I'm gonna kill it.
And then he did.
And then he did. And everybody was like,
Yeah, I can't
"Wait."
believe none of
for
us said
that.
that. I cannot
was, I
believe none
think-
of us said that because that was a crazy moment. That was wild.
I feel like it happened and all of us were just like
Yeah.
for like a good like 5 minutes.
And that really
I
set
was
the
like-
tone for Zata's personality going forward.
Because that was pretty early on. Yeah.
It so did. That like gung ho attention to what he believes. Oh, that was a jaw drop moment even for me as the DM. I didn't see it coming.
Yeah.
He did his best to try to like hold back on a lot of stuff, but it was like then the demon was like coming out to talk. He's like, "Nah, I ain't having this. This is it." So yeah, it was really good. But it was also a really good moment, I think, also because like Marway and Zata were both on the same page at that point. Like that's like one of the few times that like both of us have been in sync in that like this is not a good thing. And it was like everybody else was pretty shocked, but like Marway and at least Zata were definitely like, that's just how it has to happen, and this is just how it is, because like this guy said you're supposed to help people and is not helping anybody, so he deserves this. So I really enjoyed that moment. And I think the other really good moment that I like with Zata is I would say probably the episodes where we got to kind of talk with Kittenberry, and then like that whole like playful going back and forth between the two. Him coming to try to come to terms with like what's going on, and then him finally pushing himself to come to the party at the end. Because he really, 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 really didn't want to go. He was like, I really don't want to do this.
That's funny because I almost said that was my favorite thing about Zata was his relationship with Kittenberry, but it wasn't like a moment. It was the relationship.
Yeah,
You two
it's just
and-
the relationship over. Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun to play. That was so fun and different, and it made me argue, and I think it made Kittenberry having Zata not just agree with her. Everybody else loved her pretty much immediately and wasn't really, like arguing what she wanted and what she thought about the world. Even if they were thinking it, no one was arguing that. And I loved that dichotomy and that back and forth and the growth and the like the way you both kind of came to the center a little bit. Oh, that was great. I agree.
So
So,
one
yeah.
thing I want to talk about Royal as a player is he is so good at like setting other people's roleplay moments up. He is like the absolute like alley-oop person to throw that ball so other people can catch it. I mean, I think about like with Jade, him starting that little, poking at Eidos, it took it from this just over serious moment to like getting to really see Eidos, be playful. Or,
young.
I
Yeah.
feel like Zata picking at Maraway with Benji. He really just comes for the core of our characters and just pokes at it and makes us react to it.
Yeah, kind of brings stuff out of the shadows. Zata is, if anything, honest. And he demands honesty from the people around him, transparency, and it helps I think it helps us all as players, I as the DM as a player, be more proactive and honest. We have to be, because Zata's going to call us out if we're not. We have to have characters act and say things that they're feeling and thinking and why they do things. It makes us as players think about, why did my character do that? Why aren't they saying if this is who they are? I love that. I agree.
I feel like it also kind of in that same vein, but on the other side of the coin. So, Zata is a lot of times we're sitting here talking about how are we going to go about this? How are we going to approach this? He's like, I run at it. And then we're like, well, crap, now we're in the middle of it. We got to do it now.
Correct.
Almost like a catalyst to, sometimes maybe slightly prematurely, but I'm like, we can talk about this for 45 minutes. We can run in there and see what happens. And sometimes it didn't always go well. Hence Zata's many brushes with death. But it was kind of fun to just play some of those moments without being able to think about them as long, without being able to make a plan. As a player, as we grow, like we want to sit and map everything out. But sometimes it's also fun. And again, this is where I love the chaos as a player to just jump in and go, oh my gosh, what's going to happen? I have no idea. How am I going to react to this? Or, well, that was not what we planned. So now what? And it keeps us on our toes, keeps us just trying to figure things out as we go. So that was always a lot of fun as well.
Yeah. As the DM, like I don't always want to give you guys time to plan, and because I'm supposed to I'm supposed to surprise your characters, and your characters sometimes are not going to have time to plan things out and like work the mechanics to your advantage. So Zata's a great way for me to just be like, as long as Zata thinks they got to rush in, this combat is starting, whether they think they have time to plan or not. So I don't always, as the DM, have to instigate and just roll an attack on you guys. I can just let Zata run in and do it. That'll stir things up and not give them time to plan and react.
I feel like occasionally it got us into trouble we didn't have to get into. However, it's still fun to play through.
But did we die?
Yeah, but did we die?
Zata did, but not you all.
Yeah. Zata paid for his mistakes.
I think it's incredible that the one
I paid for your mistakes.
Hey, at least he hasn't gone down to a fireball yet, okay?
It's my job. You can't take that from me.
Killian would just die immediately.
Yeah.
I just jump in front of them for everybody now.
I'm frankly amazed Killian hasn't tried to seek out any kind of monster part to make something out of that is fire resistant. Just a little.
Gonna put it on the shopping list. One more fireball is all it's gonna take.
There you go.
At this
One
point, he's
more.
got to have a phobia, right?
Fire and pigeons.
I would
Invisible
say-
pigeons.
I would say if you were not scared of a ball of fire coming at you, then you're just like, you're stone cold badass.
That's true. I do keep throwing fireballs at you. These things don't happen on purpose. They just sometimes it's too good to pass up. Sometimes the worm, if the worm has you in its mouth, it's gonna swallow you. I don't know what to say.
Right, exactly.
That was such a stressful fight for me because I was like, I feel like if you went back and watched that fight, the moment he got swallowed, my entire demeanor shift, and I went into like, how am I going to heal him without being able to see him?
Mhm.
And I was literally just scouring through the entirety of my character sheet, and I was like, wait a minute, I can teleport people. So I'm like looking through it, I don't need to see them. Hallelujah, we can get Zata out. But him dropping in one turn that quickly, I was terrified.
It's in
I was like,
KO.
oh, this is
Yeah,
happening.
sorry about that, Royal.
It's
I
gonna
really
happen.
I thought for
At
your
least your
last
mom didn't see
two
that part.
battles, I was gonna make one super simple and straightforward. Two big monsters. Take it back to basics. They're just gonna hit hard because that's what I have to do to get Zata down.
Yep.
And I didn't mean to get Zata down, but that's what I have to do. Gotta be a big old crunchy
It's okay.
guy.
It's got to be a big worm, a giant bone demon. You know, it's all those things. Void person from the other realm. It doesn't matter. Something's gonna knock him out.
The chief of your own tribe, you know.
Right.
Basic
I,
monster.
I want to say, if the unfortunate should happen that we don't get Zata back in the party, and we get to the end of this campaign, and I don't hear about a crazy cat killing a kraken by himself, I'm gonna be so disappointed.
Alongside
I
his
almost
lion
feel like-
love. Yeah, you better believe that's happening.
I almost feel like I want that more than a happy ending for my own character. It's just Zata killing this kraken. The beef was so real.
I'm changing the whole campaign.
There we go.
Yes, it's just kraken based.
We just need calamari plate at the end.
Giant calamari plate at Kittenberry's most recent party.
All right,
Oh,
well,
what
I
a
do
dream.
think my teapot is empty. And I'm pretty much out of tea to spill, so I think this is about where we are going to wrap it up. So everyone who has followed us this far, anyone who hasn't followed us this far but wants to start, head over to our YouTube, check out our videos, and make sure you join in with us next Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 Central, so you can be there with us as we give a very loving and heartfelt goodbye to one of the absolute original members of the Knights of D20 and our big cat. That is definitely a cat.
Not a cat.
Absolutely cat. Absolutely.
Is a
Cat.
cat. You have been overruled on this vote. But with that, we will see you on the battlefield as we root for Zata to not die in his final episode, because what a shock that would be.
Pacific time? Wow, that's a good question. Specific time, it would be that Pacific time would be 5 p.m. That's so very early.
That's made up. That's made
5
up.
No,
p.m.
it's not
fantasy
real.
Wonderland
Who
time.
asked that question?
It's 8.
Vandy?
We'll see you at
Yes, so-
9 Eastern, 7 Central, no Pacific time because that's not a real thing.
Or
It's not
5
real.
made
It
up
doesn't
time.
exist.
A made up time.
All right, well, until next time, bye.
Bye bye.